It's Saturday today, but why does it feel like Sunday? This is take two. It's Saturday, the 26th of March 2022, and I really don't know why the powers to be, the people who own the platform where this video is being transmitted to you, don't just do the recommendations anymore. Sometimes you get 76,000 views. Yesterday I only got 400 related to the video about China. It's really weird indeed. Today's title is Minister Forecasts Floods for the North and South in China this year, and he also goes on to state about the floods and also the droughts which could happen. And let's have a read of it first, and then we can show you a clip of what he was talking about. I think this guy was the Minister of Water Resources. Both northern and southern China may see floods this year, but the northern areas face a higher possibility, while central China is likely to experience droughts. Minister of Water Resources told the press on Tuesday after a second meeting of the fifth session of the 13th National People's Congress. We have conducted lots of research and judgment on the flood season, especially for this year, from June to August, he said. The minister noted that the rivers in the north, including the Yellow River and other northern rivers, and the middle stream of the Yellow River again, are likely to have large floods. Let's just stop it there. So, if you predicted it, what have you actually done about it apart from talk the talk? Here is a small video clip. It has been translated into English of the minister talking about the weather in the coming months ahead. Looks like this.
For China, it has actually published a 14 5-year plan for the Water Resource Safety Initiative. So what is the purpose in drafting these 14 5-year plans in terms of the water resources? In drafting this plan, I would say there were several goals of significance. General Secretary Xi Jinping emphasized the importance of the water conservation, and also we need to better manage the water resources to ensure the safe drinking water. Also, we need to respond to the requirement to the 14th five-year plan and the long-range plan by 2030. And when we look at the 14th five-year plan and also the long-range plan by 2035, if we look at the specific section on the water resources, we think we need to promote the high-quality development on water safety. We have to improve the capacity to ensure the safety water, and also it will lay a solid foundation for China to build itself into a modern socialist country. Improving the capacity to ensure the water safety, this is the objective for the guideline. Under such guideline, we have to look at the actual situation of the development of the water resources. I would divide them into 4 sub-objectives. First, we have to improve our capacity in handling the flooding and the drought. Second, we have to better conserve the water resources. Third, we have to improve our capability in allocating the water resources.
So, talking about water, talking about the Three Gorges, talking about the Yangtze, let's have a look at the levels, which we haven't done for 48 hours. Kutan has gone down at 166.26, and the Three Gorges is at 166.87. and the inflow is there and the outflow is there at 6,600 in and out is 7,820. And with that, time for a little bit of the musical weather. Why musical? Well, not much is happening there for the next coming days, but I think the week after next, just after the 10 days, I do think we have a little pitter-patter of rain coming to central China. Here's the music, here's the weather. Now, with all the other things going on around the world, China seems to get a second seat for this, but the Shanghai becomes China's COVID epicenter as cases surge. The east side of China seems to be having a lot of lockdowns at the moment. And Shanghai seems to be the biggest one. Now, later we will show some evidence or some reports that China denies all this. But let's have a look at some video footage with a little bit of music of what's it like in Shanghai at the moment. Financial hub denies rumours of plans for a citywide lockdown. Shanghai resembled a ghost town on Friday as rolling lockdown shuttered neighbourhoods across the financial hub of 25 million people, which has quickly become an epicenter for China's worst coronavirus outbreak. So it feels like the zero tolerance policy for coronavirus. Is it working or is it not working? This zero tolerance was created by Xi Jinping, the General Secretary, the dictator of China. And it's a presidential election year. Not that the people will elect the next leader of China. Xi Jinping will obviously be there because he's nominated himself, because he's powerful enough to say, I am going to be president or general secretary for life. So if this doesn't work, then there's going to be some rumblings in China's central government. Let's move away from that and let's move into a little bit of YouTube watching. This guy here is a South African gentleman. He was the first original Chinese vlogger, and he was in China for 14 years. He's now in the United States of America. His code name is serpeantza. You can see a link to his channel, his website. He just hit 1 million subscribers after 14 years of YouTube, so well done for that. And he does lots of videos all about China. He's a man who has a lot of experience, a lot of footage of things in China, a lot of friends in China as well, who can send him certain things using encrypted information, because getting information out of China sometimes is really difficult without any repercussions happening. Cheers, by the way. And his last video was related to the problems or the situation in Xinjiang, where China and would say there's no re-educational camps, there's nothing nefarious going on, it's all okay. And a lot of the time you would have these Westerners who would go to Xinjiang and say everything is okay, but he actually uncovered, and it was a really good video, so watch his latest one. He actually uncovered the minders, the government minders, making sure that this person who is getting paid by the Chinese government, by the way, he's another South African guy called Jerry Good, actually, doesn't veer off topic. And everywhere he goes, you can see these minders there, even hiding in the background. I'm going to show you a small sample for about 10 or 20 seconds, but please do look at the video. And if you do have time, on his comment, say congratulations for 1 million. It's truly deserved. So well done, Mr. Winston, for your dedication and getting the truth out there to now 1 million subscribers. That's really good. Here's the clip.
The thing is, when they hire these very sloppy, useful idiots, like this guy in particular, he makes too many mistakes. And he starts to show what's actually happening behind the curtain. We could see the minders, we could see the news crews, but it gets even worse.
That really brings us to a close for today. We don't have much information about the Three Gorges. The levels are going down slowly and slowly, but I don't think it's slow enough. There's lots of things happening in China, but it all sort of gets overtaken with the situation, what's happening in Russia and the Ukraine. It's really interesting to go through YouTube, because a lot of these shills, for example, are now doing the Russian propaganda. And it is all about propaganda. Now, every media outlet does kind of like expand the truth. It's not just the West, it's not just the Washington Post or the New York Times or the Guardian or the BBC or CNN or Fox News or Al Jazeera or Sky News. What else we got? You name it. It's just a common practice. How many times have I been in a certain place and the news is something, and you walk on the streets and nothing seems to happen? It can be really exaggerated. This has happened to me a couple of times, for example, in Hong Kong, and you could say in some places in the Middle East before, and during the first the Kuwait invasion. I was in North Africa, I was in Morocco. I digress a little bit. So I always think it's great not just to watch one news source, go to another resource as well and find out the truth. And it is your opinion. And I think journalists, newspapers, they all seem to be, how to say, persuaded one way or the other. And I do miss the old days of, here is the news, this is what is happening. And it's up to you to decide as an individual if this is acceptable, not acceptable, good, bad, etc., etc., etc. It's food for thought, and I waffled on long enough for that. Again, this channel is not doing so well at the moment. My subscribers are going down. I've got 30,277. 2-3 weeks ago, I had 30,400 odd. So something's happening. So please check that subscription. Please do look at the notification button. So if I'm not going to get recommended, at least if I have 30,000 viewers, at least I'm going to get a reasonable amount of viewers on that particular video. Again, I'm waffling, so let's leave it there for today. Wherever you are in the world, be at peace with each other, have a happy weekend, and God willing, inshallah, I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye for now. Thank you as always for your time. Time is one thing I can never give back to you. Thank you.